Well, hey, Janessa.
Sorry.
Hey, Margot. All right. We are working our way through the yamas and the niyamas in our Yoga Sutras. And of course, this is the version we're reading. Today, we're going to do 2 sutras. Sorry if that's a surprise. Don't worry. They're related. And if you were reading ahead and you didn't read the second one, you'll be fine. So, Sutra 233 and 234 are about something called Pratipaksha Bhavanam. Pratipaksha Bhavanam. So, I'm going to read you the translation of the first one. In English, the sutra says, when disturbed by negative thoughts, opposite ones should be thought of, or positive ones should be thought of. This is Pratipaksha Bhavana. Raise your hand if you're disturbed by negative thoughts. I think this applies to many of us. So when that happens, this sutra says, think of the opposite. I'm going to read the next one too, because it actually gives us some examples of what those negative thoughts are. So this one says, when negative thoughts are acts of such as violence, etc., are done, caused to be done, or even approved of. I'm going to read that again. When negative thoughts or acts such as violence are done, caused to be done, or even approved of, whether incited by greed, anger, or infatuation, whether indulgent with mild, medium, or extreme intensity, they're based on ignorance and bring certain pain. Reflecting on this is also Pratipaksha Bhavanam. So this practice of Pratipaksha Bhavanam is to shift our thoughts or to bring an awareness to the fact that what we think might not be what is real or what is true. In the discussion, Swami Satchidananda talks briefly about he says, if you can shift your mind to the opposite of your thoughts of negative thoughts, do that. But most of us have a hard time doing that, so change your environment. So, if you're in the middle of an argument with somebody, maybe hit pause, go do something, allow your mind to shift to something other than the negative thoughts, and then you can come back into the environment. I'm guessing we've all done this at least once or more in our lives where it's like, okay, I need to take a time out. Because whatever is going to come out of my mouth is not going to be something I'm happy about later. So shifting our attention to something good or getting out of the way. But what he says in this second one, I think, is really the thing that the practices can help us with. He says, reflecting on the fact that these thoughts are based on ignorance and will bring pain is the practice. So for me, this is, somebody's doing something to me in my mind, and it's about me in my mind. And if I'm able to step back and really look at the big picture, sometimes I'm able to see that actually it's not about me. That maybe that person is suffering and they're directing their suffering towards me, and that perhaps this person needs compassion or listening or understanding rather than being given the same response of anger or violence, which is a little bit counterintuitive in some of our culture, which says, defend yourself, stand up for yourself, set boundaries, don't allow people to do that. So it's hard in my experience to make this our default, to not defend ourselves. But this text and the Bible offer the same guidance. So turn the other cheek as an example. I did a little reading this morning about that passage. I was like, well, this sounds just like that. And what Jesus was saying was not that we should put ourselves in a situation where we're in danger, but that if we're being treated in a way that seems negative, not to respond with negative actions. So can we rise above that and come from love and light instead of taking the bait? I'm going to read it one more time. When negative thoughts or acts such as violence are done, caused to be done, or even approved of, whether incited by greed, anger, or infatuation, whether indulged in with mild, medium, or extreme intensity, they're based on ignorance and bring certain pain. What he's saying is, we don't really know. We're ignorant. Reflecting on this is pratipaksham bhavanam. So we're going to do a practice. I'm going to invite you into a situation in the practice that will kind of maybe bring some of this stuff up, and it'll be an opportunity to just come from, is it true? Or, I don't know. Questions or comments? Okay. Let's create our posture. You can close or lower your eyes. Take a moment and just create your foundation so you're stable and supported. Sense into your steadiness at the ground, or create it if it's not there. And then do something on purpose with your hands. Maybe even pet your dog. Notice your breath as it is. So even here, as you begin to notice your breath, allow it without needing to change it. No need to deepen or lengthen, just be with it as it is. Allow your mind to open up to a situation in the last few weeks where something made you mad. It could be as simple as something that happened in traffic. And maybe all the people around you are kind and sweet. So maybe it was a stranger. Think about how you felt in that moment when you were, we'll call it provoked. And maybe even now you feel a sense of elevation in your physical body. There's a kind of a quickening of energy. Consider the meaning of the word mad. It made you mad. So often mad is a synonym for a little bit crazy. It colored your vision. Maybe you didn't see the whole truth. So give yourself permission to make up some different versions of what that person might have been going through. Classic example, the person driving in a way that's aggressive, maybe they're rushing to the hospital. I don't know. Can you cultivate I don't know mind? Picture this person or situation, and we'll begin to send out some loving kindness. May you feel safe. Just work with that thought for a moment. May you feel safe. feel loved? If that gets a little bit prickly, love harder. Sometimes I picture the difficult person as a child having a tantrum. And it's easier to see that person probably needs a hug or to be held or to be seen. So I invite in a softening from your heart, not from your mind, but from your heart. Notice how you feel inside your own body in this moment. If you're missing steadiness, use your breath to cultivate that. Notice if you're gripping anywhere in your body, and soften physically. Bring your attention to your heart space and conjure light, So imagine a sense of light right at your heart center. Might be just a little glow, but edging out any darkness. Take a bigger, deeper breath. One more time, nice kind of clearing. Coming back to your body and this space and time. When you're ready, open your eyes. I feel like I need to be clear that this sutra isn't saying stay in a dangerous situation. You know, if you're in immediate danger and there's violence, that's a different situation than if somebody's making you mad. So clearly be safe and take care of yourself. But don't let the little things take you out. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful day.